guys, my name is George Nasser. This time what I'm going to show you is how to make a pendant and paste a long vector. It's a very important tool in RCam. So what we're going to do right now, we're going to go to the model. We're going to create 3-axis flat plank and we're going to give it a name. We're going to call this pendant. And we're going to keep all the defaults here. We're going to get our page. So let's go to 2D view. We're going to draw. So we're going to start with the size of the stone we're going to use. Make sure it's on diameter, not radius. And let's do this a 1/4 carat, so 4.0, 4 millimeters fine. And create, right click, left click. Then we have our vector, which is exactly 4 millimeter. If you look down here, it's exactly 4 millimeter. Okay, so here's what we're going to do right now. We're going to paste it along vector. So we're going to take a circle. We're going to draw it in the center. Right click, left click, so we can have it selected. And what we're going to do right now, we're going to take this guy, we're going to paste it around here. Okay, so we're going to select this vector, which is the circle. We're going to hold the shift key down, select the big circle. Okay, we're going to go to paste along vector, which is in this area here. Now it's going to give us two options. We could space it to the number of copies, which is the number of stones we want on there, or we can make it specific distance, which is we're going to do 4 millimeter. Okay, so and make space even. You could make space even. Okay, and we're going to paste it. So it's up to you what you want to do. So we're going to paste this. So it's going to give us exact vectors all the way around. So now we have a perfect circle with perfect stones around. Now we're going to start working on the actual relief. So we're going to select all the circles we created. We have two ways of doing this. So first we could take the center circle. Okay, we could offset it inward. Okay, so let's offset this about 1 millimeter. Okay, and we do another one. So we're in the center of the ring, the center circle here. Okay, so let's delete this guy here. So now we have this here, we don't even need it anymore. So we only need the outside. Okay, so what we're going to do right now, we're going to take this center, F12, or we can click on the shape editor, and we're going to give it a height. So start height, let's do this one here, 2 millimeter. Apply and cancel. Okay, we check it. So it looks like we're working on the front. We did a minus instead of a positive. So let's check it again, F12. Okay, so that's easy. Subtract should be either merge high or add. Okay, so apply and cancel. So that looks good. So let's check it in 3D, and that's what it looks like. Okay, so what we're going to do now, we're going to take the outside circles, we're going to do F12, and we're going to give that a height. So it has to be above this. So this is what we did right now, it's 2 millimeter. So we're going to merge high, make sure you push right through this big circle, and let's give it a height. So start height, let's do 3 millimeter. So that pushes it up, okay, right through it. So now we have our pendant. So we apply and cancel, okay. Now we have to punch holes in it, okay. So okay, this time what I'm going to do is I'm going to offset the outside circles. So we're going to offset this about inward, make sure 0.5 millimeter. That's okay. Right click and group them right away and offset them again. Right click and group them again. We're going to repeat that on the bigger circle. So offset. Let's make this a little bit bigger. 1 millimeter. So 1, 1. Okay. Now you can do another one if you like. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. So we're going to punch this through. So F12. So let's look at it as we do it. So we're going to give it a nice shape down instead of up. So we're going to add it. And we're going to bring it down. Okay. So here's our stone. You can see you could go all the way through and now we'll punch a hole for us. See? It's too deep, right? So let's say, because right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply and cancel. So that's what it looks like. So we're going to punch a hole right through there. So let's take this guy and punch it. And now that's what it looks like. Okay? So nice steep angle on this. Alright, so now what we're going to do, we're going to offset the inside of these guys here on the inside. We're going to repeat the same thing. So we're going to add. So let's add this and bring the cone all the way down. So bring it down. Okay. So we could apply and cancel. While we still have it, we're going to punch this right through. So now that's what it looks like from the top. Okay. That looks pretty good. Okay. Now, if you don't want to look at this guy here, that steep, you could just take it out completely out too. Okay. And that's what it looks like. So, all right. So if you just want to have a rim there, you can add to your prongs there. Okay. So that's. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 4 prongs. I'm going to put them in the corners. So we're going to take 4 prongs. Let's do one here. Okay. So make sure it's diameter 1.25 millimeter. Create. So we have it here. Make sure it's nice and centered. Okay. So now I could take this here and I want to paste it along this circle here. So paste along vector, and we're going to tell it to only specific number. We're only going to do 6 this time. Okay, and I'm going to paste it. So you can see now only pasted 6 prongs all the way around. Okay. Now you have the option when you're selecting it. If you press T, you have the options to rotate them. Okay, you can put them in a different position. Okay, so it looks pretty good right there. So we're going to do the same thing on these prongs here. We're going to bring one here, and we're going to hold the control key down and bring it to the center of each prong. So we're only going to do just the top ones, okay? And then we're going to copy over. So bring it here, and we're going to do this over here around the center. Okay, that looks pretty good. So we're going to select them by holding the shift key down. That selects all of them. Right click and group them. Okay. Now we're going to hold the center line, hold the shift key down, select those, and we're going to copy the vectors over. Okay, so we're going to go from left to the right. Okay, so we're going to mirror. So first we're going to go to the right. Okay, so let's hold the center, select these vectors, front, go to the right. See what happened over here because we selected this guy here. So let's delete it. So select them again, right click, ungroup, hold the shift key down, and don't unselect this center one. Right click and group them. So now let's repeat this. Hold the center, select just only those guys here, and right click it. So that leaves this guy in the center. Now what we're going to do, we're going to copy everything down to the bottom. So make sure you reselect the center, hold the shift key down, select the left and select the right, right click and group. Okay, now we have the top section. Hold the center line here, hold the shift key, select the top vectors and copy to the bottom. Okay, so now we have the complete circle. But here's what happened again. It's another problem. Okay, we're going to delete them. Again, we're going to unselect the center ones. Okay, right click, ungroup, hold the shift key down, unselect those center ones. Okay, we're only going to select just the top ones. Okay, all right, so let's do this again. Right click, ungroup them all. So let's do it here. So select, hold the shift key down. So it's good to make some mistakes once in a while. That's the only way you're gonna, learn this. So now, while we only have the top one selected, do not select this. Right click and group. Okay. Select the center line. Hold the shift key down. Select the top and copy to the bottom. So now it gives us perfect circles all the way around each stone. Okay. So now we can select them all by holding the shift key down. Select each one. Okay, now we have them all selected. Right click and group. Now we have them all. Now we need to add some prongs in here as well. Okay, so let's do a little prong here. And we're going to repeat it all again. So hold the shift key down. Select it. Okay, now you could copy to the right and you could mirror to the bottom. Okay. So we're going to do it this way. So select it, take the control, hold it down on the keyboard, and we're going to bring them over, so each one by one, okay? But you could actually, if you figure out the spaces, you could actually paste them and they should land right in there. But it's easier for me that way to do it this way, okay? Hold the center line, select each one, 1, 2, 3, and 4. okay, and copy to the right. So that puts them there. Okay. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna reselect them by holding the shift key down. Okay. And that's why I always said before, right click and group them right away so they move all together. Select the center line, hold the shift key down, select all the vectors on top, and we're gonna copy, we're gonna mirror to the bottom. Okay. So now we have them all on the bottom. So we have all across. Okay. So now we're gonna start raising the relief. Okay. So we're gonna select these guys, and these guys should be the same height. Okay. You could right click them and group them together. Okay. So make sure they're all selected. They all should be purple. Okay. Right click and group and F12 and give them a height. Okay. Let's close here. So the total we're gonna do, let's try 4mm. And you see when you do add, you have these fins here. That's why we always push through, which is merge high. Okay. Now we're gonna give it a little cap on top, and that caps the top. Okay. So we're gonna apply and cancel. So that's what it looks like on top. Okay. Now there's our pendant. Okay. You can make them a little taller if you want, or higher. That's up to you. So let's take now these prongs here. You can select on the shift. Select the shape editor. Give it a little height here, half round, and we're gonna merge high. Now we want a little taller than the rest of them. So let's make these 4mm. See how they kind of riding on this one? So let's do this 5mm. So that pushed our prong right through. Okay, let's click here so you can see. Okay, again, you could rearrange your prongs any way you wish. So you can have the stone in the center. So apply and cancel. All right, now you could either actually add a bail here if you like, or you could do that after, or you could do it now. It's up to you. You could either add the loop here, or we could actually use a bail from the library, and we could actually put it here. But let's just do this here now. Let's give this a height. The height. Let's do this too, and apply and cancel. We're gonna offset it inward. Okay, so let's offset about 0.35 inward, and we're gonna punch this through. Okay, so now we have our loop. You know, it might be too big of a hole, but just to give you an idea. All right, now you can make it half round and so forth. Okay, you can make it look prettier, but just to give you an idea how it's done. Okay. Hey guys, what we're going to work on right now is on the back relief. We're going to create a back for the pendant we created. So this is our pendant here. What we're going to do here right now, you can see it. Okay. We're going to bring it into the front because I deleted all the vectors. I just want to show you how to bring the actual relief back. Okay, so make sure you go back to the assembly and you go to merge assembly here. And let's look at it. It's going to show it to us right here. So it brought it in the front. But you notice it has no vectors. But I don't need vectors. I could create the vectors by clicking on this icon here. It's because, I'm sorry, not this one. This one here. It's got create boundaries from relief. And you could just keep everything the same and create it. And what it does, it creates an actual vectors around the relief. You can see it gave us all our circles back that I drew earlier. Okay. But you could either just take this here and you could raise them. Okay. So let's say if we take this, okay, we're not even going to work on the back relief. We're just going to stay on the front relief. But we have to get rid of this circle first, okay? Because we don't need this circle. So let's draw a circle around this and get rid of it. Okay. So let's get rid of this. So that way when we raise these, they're all identical. So they match the bottom. So we're building like a gallery for it. So F12 to raise it, okay? You can see it created the back. So let's shut this just so we could see the back. But that's pretty high right now because it already imported it. So let's make this merge low and let's give it a start height, maybe a 1. Okay. We see all that stuff here we need to get rid of. Okay. We don't need that. That looks pretty bad right there, all that stuff. We have to get rid of all that. So, but let's just keep it at that point right now. So we're going to apply and cancel. So we're going to get rid of everything outside there. So let's say we select the vectors first. Okay, I'm going to show you by bringing this down. And we're going to punch everything outside there. So we're going to zero anything outside those vectors, okay, to make it nice and clean. Okay, so we could probably repeat that on the circle as well. But you can see how it got rid of this. It just left us this, just the bottom gallery. So let's bring this back. Okay, so we could make our circle here bigger. You could get rid of anything that so you can notice them. It's all here. But it's okay. It's not that important, just to show you how it's done. So let's just draw this and get rid of it. Okay. So just get rid of this here. So we perfect right on it. So you have absolutely nothing there, just the back. Okay. So now you have a few things you could do. You could either add little circles on here. Okay. So you could actually solder the bottom to it, or you could just nudge it up. So what we're going to do is we could either draw a few circles here, right? Like we could put one there, for example. Okay. And we could grab one, put one here by holding the control key. Okay. And we could maybe put one like over here, but this should be enough for now. So we're going to hold the center, select the two circles, and we're going to copy them to the right. Okay. But remember, we keep making the same mistake on this one because we select the circle. So we only need to copy this over. So we're going to hold the center, hold just one of them. Okay, just one circle. We're going to copy it to the right. So that should put it right there for us. And we're going to copy all 1, 2, and 3. We're going to copy all 3 of them down to the bottom. Okay, so let's first hold the shift key down, select all of them, and right click and group them. We're going to hold the center, select the top pieces. Okay, so center, shift key, top, and copy to the bottom. Okay, so now we should have 3 circles on the bottom. Hold the shift key down, top circles, right click and group them. Okay, press F12 and you could just actually give them a height. Okay, let's do 1. Let's add this time. Okay, so we're going to apply and cancel. All right, so we might not see them. They're right on here. All right, so we didn't do the bottom ones, so let's do the bottom ones too. Okay, so F12, and we're going to give it a start height of 1, and these are our top ones. Okay, you can make it a little taller, whatever you like. Apply and cancel. What we're going to do now, we're going to bring it actually, and we're going to add it to the project. And make sure you close it with a flat plane, create, and call this one back pendant. Okay, add to the project, finish. Now let's bring them both together by bringing the assembly. You can see it here. So now what we're going to do, either nudge the top one to the bottom or nudge the bottom to the top. So whichever way is easier. Okay, so since we are this is the top, we could take it down by selecting this. So let's do the nudge tool. Let's do 1 and bring this down. So we're going to go a little bit more. Okay. You could actually bring point 10 and nudge it very slowly. Okay. It is your pendant. Now you have a complete pendant with a gallery. Okay. And this concludes our pendant. Now remember, you can add designs in the back, and I'll make another tutorial that will show how to add a design and so forth. But while you still had the vectors, you could have added them very easily as well. But I just wanted to show you different tools that you could use in RKM. You could actually, while we're in the back here, let's do this for a second, just to give you guys something that will look cool. Let's make this one bronze. Give it a different color. And show very well. So let's do 24 karat. Okay. So now we have a 2-tone pendant. Okay, let's shut this here. So now you have the back and you have the front. So you got it in two colors.